Number one, and I did this yesterday because I like making sure of these things. Wherever you're staying, whether it is a hotel, whether it is with family, these are all if you're not local. Check your hotel, check your Airbnb, check with your friends and family. Triple check your reservation. Number one, because this is something you can do days before the show. Why do I say this? Because things happen. Usually, when you book a hotel for something like this, the deals and stuff for the conventions go on sale months in advance. So you book a hotel and everything looks good. And then things happen. Paperwork gets moved, construction happens at a hotel, floods happen at a hotel, rooms get destroyed, and they may not remember to contact you. Prime example, and I tell everybody this story. The first year I ever went to Comic-Con, 2009, I was with a couple friends of mine, Tom, Gavin, and Andy. We had done as I said, we booked everything well in advance. We booked the tickets, we booked the hotel. We were in town early a couple days before because we were going to a concert. We went to the concert in Toronto, and I said, hey, let's go to the hotel, because this was before cell phones and all online stuff was regularly available. I said, let's go to the hotel and let's check on the reservation just to make sure. We went, we talked to the guy at the front desk. We said, we're so-and-so, we're here for the next weekend. Everything good. He said, 100%, everything's good. Good. Day of the con, we hop on the bus, we go to Toronto, we walk to the hotel, which is about 45, 50-minute walk from the GO station. We get in there, we talk to the hotel, and the clerk says, we don't have your reservation. And I said, what? What do you mean? We just were here. And he said, nope, we don't have it. This almost ended up getting into a fight because my buddy Tom, who I love to death, has a bit of a temper. And he wanted to jump the counter. Thankfully, I am cool, calm, and collected out of these situations and was able to make it work. And we were able to find the reservation after a little bit of a hassle. But after that first time, I always make sure to call the hotel and triple check things. For example, the hotel I'm staying at now has parking on site and has off-site parking. I want to triple check that on-site or off-site parking was available. If I showed up early, would they be able to take my luggage? If I have to leave or when I leave early, because checkout time is usually around 11 o'clock, 12, the con isn't done till 5. Are they able to hold on to my luggage? Or do I have to now get my car, put the luggage in my car, and find parking elsewhere? These are all things you need to know. This is one thing that I'm so glad I have a mind for. I am very good, and this is something I love for anybody who's doing a con or doing events. Walk through it in your head. Sit back and go, okay, I'm going to leave my house. I'm going to go to my hotel, and the hotel is going to ask me, what questions do you think they're going to ask? What are my answers? And what do I need to know when I get there to answer those questions correctly? And then when will that take me? It will then take me to, okay, I have to park the car. When do I need the car throughout the weekend? Do I need the car? Or can the car go somewhere and sit and not be needed? That is something you need to think about, because if you park on site, you will always have access to the car. If you park it off site, that means it's going to be even harder if you need to get something from the car. Now, as a cosplayer, I will have all my stuff with me. I won't need my car. So I could park off-site. But I also have anxiety sometimes, and I like having things available in case I have an emergency attack and I need to leave. So these are all things that you need to think about before you even arrive at the con, because these things could pop up and you need to be prepared for it, because you don't want to panic in these situations. So always, step one, check where you're staying. And again, even with friends, check with your friends days before. Make sure they're going to be there. Make sure they didn't forget, because hotels and Airbnbs are pretty good because everything's online and everything has a calendar. Friends and family, they forget sometimes. They might forget to put in their calendar and they'd forget, and then you show up on the day of and they're not home. They're in Hawaii. You never know. So make sure to check before you leave, days before you leave, where everything is when it comes to where you're staying.